Hello, everyone out there. Happy Monday. CannoliSasquatch here on a Monday late night live stream. Just want to say hello to everyone. Hope everybody's having a great day. Thanks for everybody who showed up, who was here in the chat. Just wanted to go ahead and say I still hate Mondays. Today was a shit day. It's been a bad day, but we're going to make the best of this stream. I had to rock the Mario hot since we're going to talk about Mario Brothers, the trailer. I'm not going to wear this the whole show. I look retarded. I look stupid. But it fits. Hello, everyone. Hello out there. Thank you for joining. So yeah, we have a few things to talk about. We're going to talk about what I thought about the Mario Brothers actual trailer. Chris Pratt's voice. We're going to go kind of a little bit of a breakdown of the trailer. We're going to talk about just some general chat stuff and also Velma. I wasn't going to talk about Velma, but yeah, Velma is very interesting. The Scooby-Doo, I guess if you can say it's a Scooby-Doo whatever it is. I don't know. On HBO Max, some more news came out today about that. Also, yeah, I have to rock the shirt. Hold on a second. See? Keeping it real since 1985. So if the stream is a little janky tonight, I do apologize. I've been having issues with my laptop. And I don't know what's going on with this thing. I think it hates me for yelling at it so much because it's such a piece of garbage. I will be back with better equipment in the next 2 weeks. So I will have a new functioning, much better computer. I'll be working back from home in 2 weeks. So this will be much easier for me to do live streams and editing and a bunch of stuff. So I did put out a new video clip from last week's Whiskey and Cannolis podcast. You have to go see it. It is hilarious. Thank you. It is a great shirt. It's hilarious. It's probably one of my favorite clips. It's about how the Filipino meatball was basically destined to marry Emma Stone, but didn't. And that it explains in the clip, that I just put out about what happened. And Filipino meatball lost his shot, lost his chance. So hope you're all doing great. So if you want to get started here, I wanted to go ahead and talk to people about this Super Mario Brothers movie trailer. So the Super Mario Brothers movie was announced a while ago. I want to say it was over a year ago, I think, when Nintendo said that they were working with Illumination and they were going to make this movie. People were excited but didn't know what to expect. Who's going to voice Mario? Who's going to play these characters? Is it going to be live action? Is it going to be an animated movie? Well, it's an animated movie, which I'm fine with. The one problem people had was with the voice character of Mario himself. So Mario himself, people were expecting maybe the original person who played him in the game. Maybe, somebody who was Italian, somebody who had an accent, somebody who can create that accent. I think when you're playing a Mario character in a movie, you don't necessarily need big names. You don't need a massive name, I don't think personally, to play the main character, but Nintendo sure thought they needed that. So they picked Chris Pratt. Chris Pratt was hot at the time. Chris Pratt was coming off of Jurassic Park movies. He was going to be in the Terminal List, which I believe was announced at that time. Guardians of the Galaxy was, the Avengers. So he was a hot commodity. I'm not sure why they initially picked him, though. They could have really went anywhere, but they decided on him. Fair enough. So I think what the main problem was is people were worried about, well, is it just going to be Chris Pratt playing Chris Pratt? This is a big, iconic character. Mario's been around, obviously, since the early 80s. I'm an 80s kid, 90s kid. Grew up playing Mario Brothers, the original one, in my parents' basement back in Brooklyn, all the way to the Super NES when we moved to Phoenix. The N64 Marios and even the GameCube Mario Sunshines and stuff like that. Even Mario Odyssey is the most recent one on the Nintendo Switch. These were great games. Probably my favorite character of all characters for any game. And then the Zelda's a very close second. So I'm going old school. I really believe that in order to do this movie right, Nintendo had to be involved heavily. And you know what? They were. They had a ton of input, supposedly. So we got our first teaser trailer that came out. I was very excited about this. I was at work at the time. This is sometime last week. I'm going to look up something real quick here. Hold on 1 second here. Okay, Charles Martinet. Charles Martinet is the original voice of the Mario brother of Super Mario of Mario, not Super Mario. It's an American actor. He actually does Luigi too. So, I was excited to hear about this. So the trailer came out, and I'm gonna kind of share the screen here real quick. I am not going to show too much of the trailer because I don't want to get copyright strike. I knew somebody on YouTube last week that got a copyright claim for just playing some basic audio. Here's what I'll do though. I'll mute it and we'll kind of go through it. So you see the initial intro here of Bowser coming through. So you see this, you're like, oh, this looks really good. This looks nice. And then you get Bowser's ship coming through, melting ice. You're in this ice world. Looks amazing, right? Coloring looks amazing. Imaging looks amazing. So you got good animation already. I could tell already this is going to be a positive thing. So you go through it, and so far I'm like, wow, this looks really incredible. And then you get the cute little scene. Yeah, then you get the the Koopas, and then you got Bowser comes in, and I got to tell you something. Bowser looks good. And I had my reservations about Jack Black playing Bowser. Jack Black is hit and miss with me. But for animated stuff, he's very good. And then you got the Penguin King here. He's telling them to attack. This is a short trailer, so this will be a quick. The funniest part. Can I show this real quick? I'm just going to show this real quick. I'm going to show about a few seconds of this. This is the funniest. So this is funny. Little penguins are like, oh yeah, that's the our fury, and do you surrender? And of course Bowser's like, no. I want to see if I can get a little bit of Bowser's voice. If I get hit, I get hit. I'm not monetized yet. I don't want to get taken down. Let me see if I can get Bowser's voice real quick to kind of give you an idea of. There's Bowser. So let's play this and see. Let me know if you can hear this. In the chat, because I want to make sure this is coming through correctly. See? Okay. So it's Jack Black. But he does have that rough and tumble, growly kind of voice. Let me see if I can go back a little bit here. He tells everybody to come out of the castle. That's the part that. Let me see here. Okay, it's coming up a little bit before this, actually. Here it is. Okay, so you get a little bit of this internal here. This is what I was worried about. Is it going to be Jack Black, or is it going to be what we expect Bowser to sound like? And this is what we get. Sounds good. It's like, okay, I'm impressed. Open the gates. He's got that low, rough, what you would expect him to sound like. We're going to get to the good part here. So, he obviously melts everything, and he does here's another little bit of a rendition of Bowser from Jack Black. Okay. Sounds good. This is the part where everybody was waiting for. So you got Mario comes through. And again, you got the little Mario, you got the little Mario theme, very slight in the background. You got Mario kind of disoriented. What you don't get when Mario comes through the portal is that Mario tradition sound, like we're in the games or other properties where I can't really do it myself because I'm not the main guy. Okay, well, that sucks that you couldn't hear the voice. Let me see if I can share the audio here real quick. So you guys were not able to hear Bowser speaking. Well, that sucks. Let me try this. I wanted you guys to hear that. This is why I hate this computer. I cannot wait. I cannot wait. Some screens let you share audio. Look for the share audio checkbox in the next window. Okay, so I am stupid. Okay, I'm dumb. I figured it out. Okay. I'm going to go back and play that again. Here, let's do this. I'm going to go back. And I want you to hear Bowser. Tell me what you think of this. Here it is. Okay, tell me what you think of this Bowser voice.
Open the gates!
I think it sounds good. I hope you heard that. I think he sounds good. I think he has that, what we expect Bowser. So then you get to Mario now. Here, let's do the little more of this.
Found it. Now who's gonna stop me?
I tell Jack. You want to pause there, buddy? Okay, a little much. Okay, so you could tell that it's Jack Black, but you can definitely hear that Bowser low, growly kind of voice. And I think that's a good thing. I think he does a pretty good job of getting it down. Now, this is the part most people have the problem with. Probably going to get copyright claim for that. Because when Mario's walking around, when he comes out of the warp, he doesn't do his typical Mario, voice. So it's just Chris Pratt basically just kind of yelling, screaming. Here's the part everybody was waiting for. The moment everybody was waiting for. Moment of truth. What is his voice going to sound like as Mario? And this is what we get.
What is this place?
That sounds like Chris Pratt. So initially my thoughts are, ouch, this is bad. I made a funny TikTok video about this and a YouTube short about this, kind of how I was impressed with the whole trailer, but not the voice of Chris Pratt. But again, I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. I don't think this is necessarily going to ruin the whole movie for me. This is kind of a big deal for Mario fans, right? I'm a Mario fan. So you get that voice, and then you get a little bit of Toad. Nobody knew what Toad was going to sound like, because Toad in the games really didn't talk. He just kind of had a high-pitched, squealy kind of voice. This is what we get from Toad.
Do not touch that mushroom, you'll die!
I'm good with that. This sounds good to me. Okay, so here's the part now where if you listen closely to what Chris Pratt says, he's trying to put on a slight Italian accent here. When he bounces around on the mushroom and it's like, oh, Mushroom Kingdom, here we come. This is what we get from Chris Pratt.
Mushroom Kingdom, here we come.
Okay. So my first initial thought on this, I'm watching this at work. I'm kind of distracted, but I'm like, okay, so he's trying to put on that Mario voice. You can hear it there. Let's see if I can go back a little bit and get a little more of that. Here you go.
Mushroom Kingdom, here we come.
So where I was initially confused is like, why did he sound like Chris Pratt initially going, oh, where am I? And then the second time we hear him talk is some cross between like a Bostonian trying to do an Italian accent kind of thing. Now, again, I can't go off this too much. By the way, the animation looks amazing. The Mushroom Kingdom looks amazing. This all looks great. This all looks great. I'm still on the fence about his voice. I like Chris Pratt. I think Chris Pratt's fine. I loved him in The Terminal List. I like most of his movies. I'm not a big Jurassic Park fan. I think his movies are okay. But I like him. So I want to give him the benefit of the doubt. The problem people are having with this is that it does not sound like Mario at all. So you're thinking, well, who cares? It's just a stupid animated movie. It's just a dumb kids movie. Who cares? It's a video game character they're making a movie out of. It matters. I think it does matter in some senses. This is what we want: authenticity. Nintendo's heavily involved in this in the production. So for them to pick Chris Pratt was kind of a surprise. This is a big deal for Nintendo. And the reason why it's a big deal, because if this succeeds, if this does well, they have a lot of other properties they can make movies on. Zelda, Metroid, Samus, Donkey Kong, which I think Donkey Kong is being played by Seth Rogen, unfortunately. I don't know about that, but Icarus, Kid Icarus. I mean, they have a ton of things they can make movies on. I think if Mario Brothers does well, the movie, Zelda's coming next. Zelda doesn't have a voice, though. Usually he doesn't really talk in the games. It's more of just sounds and text come across the screen. I think this is important, though. I know you're probably watching this going, the people who actually follow this stuff, who are animators and comic book fans and game fans, are going to go, wow, this sucks because of Chris Pratt's voice. I still am very excited to see the movie. I want to see how they took my childhood favorite character and turned it into an animated movie and you could tell the animation's good. It looks amazing. The Mushroom Kingdom here looks amazing. And then if you go a little further here and you get this little bit of running with here Charlie Day as Luigi. You hear a little bit of the Luigi, whatever. No voice characters. We don't know. Princess Peach, we didn't hear. There's a few characters we didn't hear. This is just a teaser trailer to kind of wet your whistle and see how it goes. So what I JT got AK. Thanks for the laughing at me on Twitter because I'm wearing a Mario hat. Hey, you got to do what you got to do for the fans, man. You got to dress up. You got to play the part. Today was a long, long bad day. You know how today was fun? Why I needed to wear this? You want to know why I'm wearing this? Not only because of what I'm talking about, but because my check engine light came on today. Work was a nightmare. So it's just one of those days. So I don't drink alcohol, but if I did, I'd be shit-faced right now. Instead, I'm drinking bubbly mango drinks. This is what my life's come to. So anyway, I like this. I hope this is done well. It comes out in April 2023. I really hope this is done well. Looking forward to this. Yeah, kid. I'm fine. I'm a big kid at heart. I want to see this movie succeed. I want to see, but I am. Here's the thing. If we see more, which we will. So it's April. So what is it? October. It comes out in April. You figure probably you'll probably see more of this probably come out. More trailer. Another trailer maybe come out around the new year, maybe the Super Bowl in February because it's getting closer. And obviously in March. Definitely February and March timeframe. You'll see a lot more. You'll definitely see a big full-scale trailer, maybe during the Super Bowl. That's going to be my next guess. I know it seems like it's far off, but it's coming out in April, so they have some time. Now, here's the thing. Are they going to have time? Remember when the movie Sonic came out, and the Sonic looked terrible. It was scary how the animation looked. They went back, they corrected their mistake, they apologized, they fixed it, and it came out much better. It was a popular movie. Sequel was popular. Will they do that with Mario? What can you really correct, though? They have months to get this right. What, 6 months, 5-6 months to improve? What can you improve on? Was this teaser trailer just a teaser trailer to set an expectation and to get see what response they got so they can go back to the drawing board a little bit with the voice? You got plenty of time to do more voiceover work. If they have to kind of tweak the voice, fine. I don't know where this goes. So I'll give Chris Pratt the benefit of the doubt because I like him. We'll see. To me, it's just Chris Pratt being Chris Pratt. If you're doing a Mario character, which is a legendary character, they couldn't get the original guy. I guess the Charles Martinet guy, they said he's just kind of aging and his voice doesn't sound the same. But, I don't know, with technology and stuff, maybe they could have made it work. Would it be annoying to listen to a Mario Italian voice constantly for 2 hours or whatever, how long the movie's going to be, hour and a half to 2 hours? Would that get old and tiring and annoying? Possibly. I don't know. I really don't know what people are expecting at this point. Let me rephrase that. People were expecting, I think, some good animation, especially with Nintendo being heavily involved. I think people were just really targeting in on the characters. Jack Black, to me, nailed it. Whoever doing the Toad nailed it. Princess Peach, I don't know. Bowser, yeah, is good. And Mario's the main guy. And what I've gotten so far, But again, it's not ruining the experience for me. It's not taking me out of the experience. I expect it to be a good movie. So I'll give them the benefit of the doubt on this. If anybody else wants to chime in on the chat about what they think of the animation from the trailer, what do you think about Chris Pratt's voice? What do you think? Do you think that it's sufficient enough? Do you not think it's sufficient enough? Do you want to hear more? Obviously, I want to hear more. So I'm on the fence about this. I really want to see more of the trailer, more of the movie itself. It really was a tease. So, but we'll see. I'm looking forward to it. Like I said, if you're an animator, I don't know much about animation. Listen, I'm not an animator. I'm not an artist. People who are animators and artists can tell you if they think this looks good. I think it does look good. I think, yeah, we're right. We need to kind of hear more first. I need more. I need more Pratt, damn it. Listen, I like him too. I like Chris Pratt a lot. It's just I just don't know if it was necessary to get a big actor like that to play a voiceover role. Did you need Chris Pratt to play Mario? I think anybody could have played Mario. I need Mario's voice though. That's the key. Like, I'm not saying it has to be complete full-on Mario all the time, but in the key moments, like that moment when he's jumping on the mushroom saying, "Mushroom Kingdom, here we go." I hear just Chris Pratt. I want to hear Mario. Mushroom Kingdom, here we go. Like something like that. That's a video game. I think I can do it, right? They should have called me. Fellow Italian male. I would have did voiceover work. And I think you're right. I think the movie does sell itself. I think that the property sells itself. Animation would sell itself. People love this character. I think it's been too many years we haven't had a movie like this. We need a movie like this. Now, here's the thing. Is the movie going to be woke? Is it going to have messaging? I don't know. I don't know if Nintendo would go that far. Especially, I don't know if that would play well in a Japanese market. I hope not. I really hope there's no messaging in this. Just give me a good movie. I don't care who's, I don't need swapped out characters and this and that. I just need good storytelling. I want a decent story. I'm not expecting Academy Award level stuff out of a Mario animated movie. I do want to see it. I'm a child at heart. I'm a geek. I'm a nerd. I want to see a Mario movie. I love the Mario games. I wish I still had a Nintendo Switch so I can play my old school Mario games. It's probably like I said, my favorite character ever. Zelda's a damn close one too. I don't know. There's so many, right? So I think this is going to be fine. I don't know. The Chris Pratt thing is just really baffling me still. So right now, my expectation for the movie is still high. I'd say I give it about a 9 for expectation. To rate the actual voice characters so far based on what I've seen, I'll give Jack Black an 8. Whoever's playing Toad an 8. I got to give Chris Pratt like a 5 at this point because I haven't heard enough. I mean, I wore a Mario hat, looked like a fool. You know what? Here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna switch this. I'm gonna wear the Luigi hat now. Luigi gets no love, man. Charlie Day playing Luigi is gonna be interesting. Charlie Day playing Luigi, I think I'm gonna like. I can see that fit. Hey, JT Gunn, how you doing, buddy? Late Night with Cap. By the way, I loved JT. I loved your After the Weekend, obviously, review of Teen Wolf. I love those old. I love that channel. And everybody, JT Gunn, Late Night with Cap. Go to his own YouTube. Then he's got another one After the Weekend. He reviews like retro movies. It's hilarious. Tonight was Teen Wolf 2. Last week was Monster Squad. My kid has never seen Monster Squad, but because of that recommendation, I'm going to watch it with her soon. And Teen Wolf, not Teen Wolf 2. Teen Wolf was the movie for tonight, man. That was awesome. Thank you. I listen. Thank you for the condolences about the Mets. They broke my heart, man. They broke my heart. I thought they were better than they were. I was tricked and duped. But me and JT Gunn eventually plan on doing some stuff maybe together. I know it's tough, man, because we got schedules and different times but we're gonna, communicate. We're trying to work on something maybe in the next few months where we can collaborate on some stuff. That retro movie channel, his movie channel where he reviews movies is great. I might have to bribe him to get onto that show someday. Here's the problem, though. I'm not big enough to actually boost his numbers or those numbers yet. But I love the guy, man. JT Gunn's a good supporter, man. Go and support him. He's on Twitter too. JT Gunn and JT Gunn YouTube channel and JT Gunn. I think he's on Rumble too, if I'm not mistaken. And JT After the Weekend YouTube channel. Please subscribe to those channels. Awesome channels, man. He's a good dude. I think they're getting close to 200 subscribers too, and well deserved. I'm trying to catch up to you, buddy. Yeah. So I mean, where was I? Mike D. What's up, Mike D? Yeah, Mike D. There's a new Mario animated movie coming out in April. If you want to go to YouTube, just look for the trailer. It's everywhere. We're just kind of contemplating whether or not Chris Pratt was necessary for this, if the voice was necessary for him to play Mario. It's a big undertaking. So far, I think he's done I can't say he's done a commendable job or a good job. I haven't heard enough. From what I have heard, though, I'm very on the fence. Yeah, and JT Gunn brings up a good point. A lot of people who are probably watching this are Met fans. Listen, I'm not going to get into a whole baseball sports talk thing with you. They broke my heart. 101 win team. They broke records for the wrong reasons last night. First 100-win team to only get one hit in an elimination game in the playoffs. Only 100-win team to not make it to the first round of the playoffs. Next year is going to be a shit show for them because they have a ton of free agents and they have money to spend, but they have a lot of free agents. They broke my heart. Thank you. Whiskey Banger's in the chat. Thanks, Whiskey Banger, for showing up. Whiskey Banger's, you know what I love about Whiskey Banger? He's a good co-host. Besides my family and my wife being great, supporting me. Whiskey Banger hates baseball, but felt bad for me last night when the Mets lost because he knows, here's one thing about Whiskey Banger. He respects the fandom. Might not like baseball, but he respects hardcore fandom. I agree, Mike D. I'm kind of just, I thank God the season's over. I'm going to take a little bit of a break from baseball. Now, my brother's a Yankee fan. My dad's a Dodger fan. Imagine that. So I still kind of, I still got to have it kind of around in my universe, but I'm kind of taking a break too. More time for YouTube, more time to concentrate on other things. But the Mets are that abusive spouse that you think they're turning a corner and getting rehabilitated, and they just kind of punch you in the dick again. They just punched me in the stomach, and I was like, yep, same old freaking Mets, man. Same team, breaks my heart, break me down. Freaking mess. Here's what we're going to do, though. Sometime in this off season, once the season ends, when it gets closer back to the springtime of baseball season, I want to have a Mets stream with just my friends from Truth Social, my Met fandom. Could be anybody. I want to get a group of people on here together and just talk about the season, where they're headed. It maybe even before that, we can do something about how we're heartbroken and we're sick of this team. Sick of this team. And Whiskey Banger understands about heartbreak. He's a Nebraska Cornhuskers fan. So I think that's why he feels bad too, because he knows what it's like. Yeah, me too, JT. I'm very interested in this movie. And if you're anything like me, JT Gunn, I grew up, obviously I'm an old man, middle-aged. I act like I'm 12, but I am middle-aged, and then I loved Mario Brothers games, man. I remember those nights as a kid and back east, and I remember when we moved here. Hours and hours and hours and hours just putting into Mario Brothers games. So I'm a big fan. So yeah, I'm interested in the movie too. I just hope it's done well. I pray that it's done well. I want to enjoy a good Mario movie. I want to see a slew of animated movies from Nintendo. We got other big gaming companies doing it. Oh, so JT Gunn, I think, did you see my shirt? Let me get this off. Hold on. There you go. Keeping it super. How do you not love that? How do you not love that, man? I switched to the Luigi hat, though. Because Luigi gets no love in this life. I'm giving Luigi love. I saw JT Gunn shout this out on Twitter with my Mario hat. I had to do it, man. You got to do it for the fans, man. Got to do it for the fans. So yeah, I love this little YouTube community we have, man. I know we talk about this a lot, but I do love this little YouTube community, man. I've gained more friends through this small group of people. JT Gunn's one of them, man. Very good dude, very supportive, and so does Abomination AJ. Of course, I love that guy, man. He created my avatar. We're going to collaborate next month on some stuff too when I get my equipment back in the house. I want to do some meetups. I know there was some talk about a possible meetup here in a local area, maybe with some people. I want to get involved in this community more. I know it's hard though. Everybody works most people work full-time jobs. I do. I know JT kind of does. And oh, that was you that posted that. I'm sorry. JT Gunn laughed at me because what else is new? I deserve to be laughed at. So that's where we are with the Mario. I don't know. I think it's going to be fine. We'll see what happens with the actual voice of Chris Pratt, but I think we're going to be okay. I think it's going to be a fun movie. I want to go see it. I want to take my kid to see it. I'm very interested and intrigued. I need more. I just need more. I'm going to try to switch here. Sorry if my screen keeps freezing on me, but I have a crappy... There we go. So I want to talk about... I wasn't going to talk about this because I was going to really just kind of do a general chat after talking about the Mario Brothers stuff. Just, today was one of those low-key days. If I can bring this up. Hold on a second. As my computer's thinking and thinking. There we go. So I didn't want to talk about... By the way, I'm not going to get into a whole long review of the House of the Dragon show, but holy shit, was last night's episode incredible. House of the Dragon last night was incredible. Patty Constantine destroyed the show. God, it was heartbreaking to watch him last night. I didn't cry, but I almost shed a tear last night because it was a very powerful episode. There's a lot going on. The show has surprised the hell out of me. I'm not going to get into a whole long-winded review. I'm not going to do those anymore with certain TV shows. Maybe if I'm on another show and talking about it, but I'm not going to break down. I can't break it down and do it as well with all these shows like other people that I follow. Nerdrotic, Ryan Kinnell, Geeks and Gamers. I'm not going to compete with them. I can't do what they do. I don't have the patience, and they're much better at it than I am. I don't want to just be redundant, spitting out the same information. Watch House of the Dragon. If you were a Game of Thrones show fan and are just kind of turned off from Game of Thrones shows because of how that show ended, give this show a shot. I was initially against this show because of some race swap stuff. And again, characters surprised me. They're actually well done. The writing is good. It is not the Rings of Power. This is a good show. So go watch that show, House of the Dragon on HBO Max. Go watch it. So we have this Velma show. I wasn't going to talk about this because I was like, I don't want to do it. I just don't want to do it. Velma is a Scooby-Doo show without Scooby-Doo. You heard me right. It's going to be a Scooby-Doo show with no Scooby-Doo and race-swapped characters, including Velma herself, who is a lesbian, by the way, because we all needed that. So Mindy Kaling responded to the backlash over reimagining Velma as South Asian. Okay. So I didn't really know 100% to it. I watched Abomination AJ and Left Eye Ego talk about this on their show Saturday. Great show, by the way. Go follow Abomination AJ and Left Eye Ego on YouTube and on Twitter. Awesome channel, awesome people. So it answers the question for you right here. Why change anything when the classics all still work, right? Exactly. I mean, I know they're kind of being condescending here, but exactly. Bottom line, you don't need to change anything that worked before it because nobody's asking for these changes. I have talked about this with all this stuff they're reimagining. That's the fucking key word, reimagining. What does that mean? You're reimagining what? Oh, it's got to be reflective of this world we're living in now. Today's world. Well, today's world sucks. I don't want to fucking relive anything that's happening now. There's a reason why nostalgia works. There's a reason why nostalgia is popular. Why nostalgia? Nostalgic properties just do well because people want to go back and harken to a time that was a little easier for them Fine. And it was fine. But we got to reimagine Velma now. This was not, and I'm surprised that HBO Warner Brothers put this through, because with the new person running on Warner Brothers, I don't forget his goddamn name. I'm surprised he let this through. But maybe Ryan Kindle had a great video about this just about a half hour ago. Maybe they did it because it was just too far gone. Maybe they had too much money invested in it. You could say the same for Batwoman or Batgirl, whatever the hell it was called. I don't know. So it goes on in the article talking about Velma, who takes a dig at internet trolls, complaining about the character. Okay, so the actual show makes fun of people making fun of the show. That's a new thing now, where the actual writers of shows are mocking YouTubers and people who go on the internet and mock the shows that they're writing. It happened in She-Hulk, and it's happening in Velma. I love how this says, along with Kayling's HBO Max next Scooby-Doo offering, when there's no Scooby-Doo. I'm surprised they didn't race swap Scooby-Doo. They are, well, Mike D, they are out of ideas, and they're also, that's exactly what it is. They're not intelligent enough to write or make their own characters. So they have to reimagine. I'm not feeling comfortable with this Luigi shit. Let's go back to Mario. Yeah, there we go. They have to reimagine older properties that are established. And the only reason why they do it is because they know people are going to watch it out of curiosity, because they're curious about their favorite characters. So, of course, again, here's the key words. You have to listen. Read this, and this is where you have to go, uh-oh. Scooby-Doo's HBO Max's next Scooby-Doo offering has a diverse cast featuring Constance Wu as Daphne, change that character, Sam Richardson as Shaggy, and Glenn Howerton as Fred, with a slew of ensemble cast, blah, 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 blah. It's billed, so basically it's like an adult comedy. It's very adult. Okay. Speaking of it, okay, so it goes on to say, further explaining, so Kayling is talking about Velma, saying she was cute, but not traditionally hot. Super smart, super thick glasses, questionable haircut. I just love the series, and I feel so honored to do the voice. What the fuck are you talking about? Velma has been the underdog and underappreciated brain of Scooby-Doo Mystery Inc. gang. Oh my God. There's always been speculation that she was maybe swung the other way. Never really implied in the shows, but it was insinuated. She was in the movies, insinuated, I think, if I remember correctly. And then this is where it gets a little weird. Okay, here we go. But in no way is the gang defined by their whiteness except for Fred, adding, so I was a little surprised, and I think most Indian American girls, when they see this skeptical, hardworking kind of underappreciated character, can identify with her. Are you identifying with a character because she's a Indian woman? And what they're the gang defined by their whiteness. Okay. Velma isn't the first project to see such backlash. Recently, Halle Bailey's casting in Ariel and The Little Mermaid faced similar backlash. Nevertheless, modern times need modern interpretations. Wrong. And fans of these characters are always eager to see a new take. Wrong. You're wrong. RK Outpost just had a freaking video about this. This trailer for Velma has 156,000 downvotes. It's ratioed to hell. I forgot what the likes were. I think it was 29,000. It's ratioed to hell. This sentence right here drives me fucking insane. Nonetheless, modern times need modern interpretations. No, they don't. You do not need to reflect the world based off characters that were established before it. You don't. I don't need a Goodfellas movie with fucking Asians and gay fucking whatever, winos and gay black people in it. I don't need it. It's a classic. Leave it alone. I don't need the Shawshank Redemption made with two gay people hugging it out in a cell. And God knows doing what else. I don't know where Andy's going to hide his fucking special hammer in that movie. God only knows what these writers would do to that. The Green Mile. I don't need a reinterpretation of that movie. Was different though. That was already based some racial stuff, but it was great. It was a great movie. Leave it alone. Modern times need modern interpretations. Why? And fans of these characters do not want to see a new take. Fans of Lord of the Rings did not want to see a woke Lord of the Rings show. They didn't. House of the Dragon almost got caught on this by race swapping characters. Here's the difference. The show's done well, and the characters who are on the goddamn show are actually doing well. They're popular, and they're not a problem. And the agenda there's a small agenda in that show. Very slight, but they counteract. Here's where they have a problem with the House of Dragons writers. They talk about all this shit after the show's over. They do like this thing about what the show's about, the writers, and they're giving their interpretation of what they wrote, and then the actual episodes are the exact opposite of what they're saying. I think they're just being told to say this shit or feel like they have to. But this bullshit about what modern fans or what fans of these characters or any of these characters they're redoing this stuff on are. Who's eager to see new takes? It's got to be a small minority of people. Because I'm not. Exactly. Why do these people insist on making voice characters such a movement? Because they have nothing else. These people have empty, shallow lives. They're not happy. So they have to ruin everybody else's time. She-Hulk, Lord of the Rings, Daredevil. God, I didn't even want to get into what they did to Daredevil and She-Hulk. Why does it need a modern interpretation? And it goes on. The showrunner, Charlie Grandy, explained the big reason for fan favorite Scooby-Doo's absence. Whatever he says is not going to be a legitimate answer. It's not going to be a good answer. How the fuck do you have a Scooby-Doo show without Scooby-Doo? You're going to have a fucking Batman show without a Batman? They're already trying that with a video game with Arkham Knights. I'm on the fence about that game. I don't know if I want to play it. I don't even know if I'm going to play it. I don't even have time to play it. I'm just saying. Sorry if I'm rubbing my nose. I have allergies. When I get angry, my allergies flare up. We're thinking about adapting the series and wanted to be respectful, Charlie Grandy said, who's the showrunner. Further reasoning that they didn't want to just kind of take these beloved characters and put them in outrageous or gross situations, saying isn't it crazy you did that to Velma, adding. Yeah. No, what you didn't want to do was take beloved characters and you didn't want to take a very beloved character, Scooby the cat. Yeah, that's what it's going to be. Scooby the cat is going to be a transsexual cat instead of a dog now because it has to fit in modern times. You know what cats are? They're pussies, just like the people who write this shit. Cowards, man. They got to hide behind their little pens and pencils and write this shit. And nobody wants this. Nobody wants this. I mean, how do we kind of do this in a funny, modern way? It's not going to be funny. It's going to be trash. The trailer looked terrible. You're making fun of your fans. Fucking genius move. It's going to bomb. I hope it bombs. I'm sorry. I'm going to say it. I hope it bombs. I don't want writers and actresses to lose their jobs. The show looks terrible. I'm not watching it. It's not made for me. I hope other people don't watch it, though, because of this bullshit agenda. And they're saying they didn't have permission to use Scooby-Doo. Give me a fucking break. And that's basically where we're at with Velma. So you race swapped all the characters. You changed their nationalities. You don't have Scooby-Doo, and Velma's a South Asian lesbian. Okay. I mean, they ruin everything, man. They go after everything, and they ruin everything. And it's like, at what point... You don't have to take me seriously. I'm wearing a Mario hat, for Christ's sake. I look like a Gabe Baker with this on. Look at this. It's a me. I'm a Mario Sasquatch. That's really bad. Don't ever do that again, Greg. I don't know, man. Maybe it's just me. Am I being unreasonable? I'll take the hat off now. If I'm being unreasonable, let me know. Because I really want to know what the point of this is. And they did, like I said, they're doing it with everything. There's nothing sacred. Did you? I think my wife just called me Babar. I think she meant to say babe, but she said Babar. So am I up? Isn't Babar like an elephant? An animated elephant? That's hurtful. But I'm looking forward to the Mario Brothers stuff. I think my computer just froze. Okay. I'm looking forward to the Mario Brothers movie. I'm not kidding. I'm looking forward to it. By the way, yeah, today was a bad day. Just for general chat stuff for the last 15 minutes of the stream. I'm only going an hour tonight. I'm tired. I had a long day. I love everybody that's here. Thank you. And by the way, I'm going to say it again. Please like, subscribe, and share. Because it does help. We had a great show on Friday with Whiskey Banger and Filipino Meatball. We talked about the afterlife. I know it's a kind of a sensitive subject for some people. But I had a great time talking about it. Something I actually do love to talk about. Talked about the afterlife. We talked about how Filipino Meatball almost married Emma Stone. I put a clip on that on YouTube about that today. I'm trying to make some shorts. I'm trying to listen. Limited technology. Work's been nuts. It's hard. I'm having a hard time. Yeah, Whiskey Banger. We had a good show. We had a really good show. This Friday coming up, which is the 14th. Yeah. Special co-host, Mrs. CannoliSasquatch, who's also on Twitter now, at Mrs. CannoliSas on Twitter. We're gonna do one of her favorite subjects. We're gonna talk about oh God, she told me what to say. Is it the scariest killers? Not serial killers, but like the scariest killers in general. Psychopath, lunatic people. True crime kind of stuff. That's her gig. So she's gonna co-host. She'll probably be doing most of the talking, like in real life, like how our marriage is. She'll do the talking, and I'll just pretend I'm listening. Whiskey Banger will be on that stream. Filipino Meatball will be in Disneyland for the first time in his life. He will fit right into It's a Small World because he's 4'2". So Whiskey Banger will be here again. Like I said, I don't know what I'm gonna name the show yet. I'll put up the information about that show on probably Wednesday or Thursday. But we're gonna talk about scariest killers. So not serial killers, just scariest killers. It's Halloween season. Let's get crazy. No, Whiskey Banger, you're right. Filipino Meatball cannot. I'm putting that up there. He cannot ride any of the rides because he's small. His kid is bigger than he is. So his daughter is about 4 years old now, and she's probably taller than him. Can ride the big girl rides. He can't. So Filipino Meatball is kind of screwed. He'll be walking around downtown Disney. I want to report. He might actually chime in from Disneyland because I want to see what it's like down there. I haven't been to Disneyland in years. Took my kid when she was younger. It's gotten very woke. So I kind of want to see what it looks like. Like, I want to know what it's like there. I want to know what it's like in Disney now compared to when he can't ride any of the rides. He's so small. He's like, you know, they have that hand that comes up where you have to be this tall. He's like way under that. Maybe if he wears high heels, or what are those lifts? He needs to wear lifts. I don't think they make lifts big enough to get him to that much taller. I mean, he has to use a phone book to drive in his car. So anyway, yeah, we'll be back on Friday. Again, I'm trying to keep the schedule Monday, Friday. I really needed this tonight because today was a long day. Now I have a check engine light on my car. I don't know what the hell that is. It's like, oh my God. What does that mean when you get a check engine light on your car? Is it like, I know it could be serious, but do they just randomly come up and then go away? Like, is there actually, I'll get it checked out. Like, I needed that today. He wore lifts on his wedding day. Maybe you know what? We were there on his wedding day. Maybe, but he's always, everybody, first of all, everybody's short to me because I'm 6'5". So most people are short to me. So, by the way, I can't, okay. Since, God, this computer stinks. I can't wait to get that other computer back in here. Since we're talking about Filipino meatball, I can't go any stream without doing this. Worst mistake he ever made was putting that on there. Yeah, there's a long story with Whiskey Banger not showing up at Filipino meatballs. Whiskey Banger was deployed. I want to say he was in Washington. Was he in Seattle at that point? And I got supposedly Filipino meatball sent Whiskey Banger's parents the invitation to his wedding. I would have met Whiskey Banger years before I did. We could have been best friends. I think that was Meatball's plan, is to keep us away, because once I met Whiskey Banger at the place we all worked at, we hit it off immediately. Yeah, he was at Fort Lewis. Thank you for your service, sir. So he was kind of left out of the wedding. Supposedly, we got the invitation was sent. Supposedly, it was lost. No, I just don't think it was sent, period. But I'm not going to say anything. It was a fun wedding. It was on a weekday, but it was fun. Had a little drink. The pinky and the brain drinks. Those were fun. Just like the... Listen, Whiskey Banger, don't be jealous. You missed a good time, but you know what I always say? Remember what my motto, there's no such thing as a coincidence. We just weren't meant to meet each other and fall in love until we did. Now we have a podcast together. We got some big plans. Whiskey Banger and I have some big plans in the new year. He's got a busy life coming up. Got a baby on the way. I feel... So I'm here to help you any chance I can get, Whiskey Banger. But we got some decent plans. I got merchandise that I'm working on, shirts, meetups that I'm working on with other YouTubers. I'm trying to grow this channel. My biggest issue right now is just having time to make videos. I need better equipment. I need a better camera. I need a lot of things. Yeah, I think Tim was jealous of. I think Meatball was jealous of us meeting, but he could have been married to Emma Stone. Watch my video. By the way, I'm also on Rumble, and you can see these social media things down here. Follow me on. I'm also live on Facebook at Cannoli Productions, Cannoli Sass on Twitter, and YouTube, obviously, CannoliSasquatch. I'm also on Rumble. I would love to get 100 subscribers on Rumble so I could do actual live stuff there instead of just having my shows like this copied over there within a day or so. So I need that. If you could follow me on Rumble as well, just give me some love on Rumble. I appreciate the guys coming in today. JT Gunn, fun as always. Like I said, I have some. We got some, and I think a lot of the stuff that we're going to want to do is going to happen probably late into the fall or next year. Whiskey Banger and I are going to talk soon. I'm going to see him next weekend, I believe. So we're going to talk about his garage. I'm not pushing anything on this dude because he's got a busy life. How's Cassie, by the way? Hi, Cassie. I don't know if she's home. Just shouting out Cassie because she's awesome. I got to get through this week, man. This is going to be one of those weeks. This is our busy season. We're going to be a little short. This is just one of those times. Everybody I know, I don't know what happens. Let me know if you. Once October hits the calendar, all life goes fucking crazy. I mean, it's Murphy's Law month, I call it. Where anything can happen, will happen. Not necessarily all bad, but just a lot. So far, it's been kind of a bad, shitty beginning of the month. Personal stuff. My family's going through some stuff. My work life is insane. I got fucking engine lights coming on my car. I don't know what that means. You know what's funny? When I worked from home, I never had a problem with my car because I didn't use it. It's an older vehicle. I refuse to go buy a new car because I don't want to. I'd rather just fix this one. I know that sounds stupid. I don't want a monthly payment on a car, especially when I'm going to be working home again. Okay. Cassie's tired. I bet that girl worked hard, man. She's getting more and more pregnant. I mean, more and more pregnant. Yeah. Anyway. Well, I hope she's doing well. I hope you're taking care of her, Whiskey Banger. There might be a time in, who knows, Whiskey Banger might not be able to do some shows because he's at the hospital when his wife's giving birth. Can we film that? Can we live stream a birth? Yeah, that's what I mean. Well, listen, new vehicles are very expensive. They're not worth it. and everything's extremely overpriced. I honestly, and tell me if I'm stupid here, I almost rather buy a piece of shit just to get to and from work. I don't go traveling anywhere. I don't go far off places. I don't drive anywhere except to and from work and around town, just for like visiting my parents or friends. Cassie would stab me. Okay, we won't film the birth. But what about everything leading up to the birth in the hospital? Was that like a breach? Is that crossing the line? I mean, it's all for YouTube, right? It's all for the channel. I don't see a problem with that. I wouldn't do that to Cassie, though. I totally maybe wouldn't do that. We'll talk about it next. We'll talk about it this weekend. We'll definitely chat about that. By the way, on just an unrelated sports note, the New York Football Giants are 4-1. Wow. See what coaching does? I had to throw that in there real quick. I think that's pretty much where we're going to end up. Hey, the kid's in here. Hello, daughter. Get to school tomorrow. You got a day off today because of Columbus Day. Back to school. Pretty soon I'll be taking you to and from school again when I'm home. I can't wait to get back home. Listen, working from home, I know people don't like it. I like it. I got used to it. Went back to the office here for the last 10 weeks. I'd rather work from home. Go G-Men. That's right, buddy. Surprising the hell out of me. I want to give a few shout outs before I go. I want to give some love to @Sporking News Podcast. Go follow them on Rumble. They had some issues with YouTube recently, but go follow them @Sporking News. Sporking News on Rumble. Give them some subscribers. Give me some subscribers on Rumble and YouTube. I want to get to 100 by the new year. We're at 77 right now. I'm actually ahead of where I think I should be. I have to get to 1,000 subscribers to get monetized, which is a long way off. People like Abomination AJ are in the 500s. He deserves it, though. The guy's awesome. Like I said, I love this little community. Everybody who's listening, you guys are all awesome. I really appreciate you all checking this out. We'll be back Friday. I think Friday's episode is going to be awesome. Now the baseball season's over. Daylight savings is changing. So here's the schedule change. Nothing's changing for us. I will still be doing my live streams at 6:35 p.m. usually on Mondays, which is 7:35 Central, 8:35 in the East. And then also on Fridays, it's going to stick to the 7:05 plan. Abomination has a great channel, man. We're going to get together soon, me and him. I already talked to him last night about it. We're going to come up with a topic, whether or not I might. And when I get collaborations, it might be a different day of the week than Mondays, or maybe not even on a weekend. That guy's got some talent. He's doing, by the way, hold on. Beep, beep, beep. 20-second timeout. Why did I do a beep, beep, beep? Hi, Mom. Oh, look at the support from Mom and Dad. They're awesome. I bought my first Rippaverse comic this weekend. Now, listen, I apologize. I didn't pre-order the initial when the launch came out. That was my fault. It was my fault. I wanted to. I got sidetracked. No excuse. So I ended up buying one over the weekend. I actually had some issues with something about my I don't know. They sent me an email today about my address. Something about I didn't give them a shipping address, but I did. But I'm trying to get that squared away. But anyway, about my first Rippaverse comic, Isom. It's cover C. I wanted to cover A, but I didn't get there in time. But I got cover C, but I'm supporting Rippaverse. Eric July deserves it. From everything I've heard so far, it's actually pretty good. So I bought my first. I'm not a comic book guy. I'm not a big comic book guy. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to definitely, when I get it, and I know it's on back order, so I might not get it to like November, December, which I'm fine with. But I want to support him, so I bought it. If I like it, which I think I will, I'll keep supporting his other issues and books. I want to kind of ride this wave for him. I want to help him promote this because he deserves it. About Eric July, young Rippa, took a big risk, man, doing what he did, put up all his own money. He's getting a lot of hate on the internet still from haters who are just jealous they can't get out of their mom's basements and stop playing with themselves and their 400 pounds. Guy created a whole freaking business for a whole comic book universe for himself. I'm not saying you have to like it. Respect the man. But when I get my stuff, I'll do an unboxing and I'll also do a review after I'm done reading the book. From what I'm hearing so far from people, his friends, it's good. And what I love about his audience, our community, and what his even closest friends are saying about it so far is that they have some criticisms, but overall it's good. And that's fine. I want to be critiqued. Just because you're my friend or my family, critique the hell out of me. Yes, my dad's on the chat. He's a big hockey fan. New York Rangers start tomorrow. We know. I know you're excited about hockey. Just a quick shout out there. I want Rippaverse to do well. I'm excited for him. Whatever, man. I waste money on other stupid stuff. So my car's got a check engine light. At least I got a cool comic book coming, though. No, I'm really looking forward to it. I'm sorry I'm late to the game on that, but I'm making up for it now. I'm supporting him. I have to just make sure they have my address to send everything when it's ready to ship. I'm really looking forward to getting that comic and getting into a new comic universe. I can't do DC and Marvel. I know they have great comics from the past. Whiskey Banger's a comic book guy. He grew up with that stuff. I go to him for a lot of the resources and for knowledge and other people. I really want to start something new and fresh, so I'm starting with Isom and Eric July. So if you want to support him, go to rippaverse.com. Look at some of the stuff they have. That's even though it's a little back order, they have shirts, they have hats, they have posters, and they still have I believe cover C. Isom #1 cover C is available to buy right now. I think there's a certain window when that closes, but for now it's still available. I would do it to support him because we need to support. Yeah, you're right. DC and Marvel went woke, and they're doubling and tripling down on that, and people are tired of it, and the haters can't take it. And like I said, you don't have to like Rippaverse comics. You don't even have to think it's a good story. Fine, it's your opinion. If you want to have that opinion, fine. I have a feeling I'm going to like it from what I'm hearing. I'm not racist. The main character is black, and I'm supporting it. So I guess not all white people are racist, right? Liberals. Just saying. I gave that man my hard-earned money. I work hard for my money. That's the song, isn't it? You work hard for the money. Do, 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 do. So my wife and I sometimes I'll get with her to confer with her on some purchases, just not to be a baby or a wimp about it, but that's what we do. We share our expenses. She said, you know what I love about my wife? She says, don't even worry about it. Buy it. Buy it. It's worth it to support him. She understands how important it is that I support these people. Geeks. She bought some Geeks and Gamers shirts. She surprised me with that. I got a D-Day Cobra shirt. She got her first Geeks and Gamers shirt. I already have another Geeks and Gamers shirt. My next purchase is going to be an RK Outpost Ryan Kinnell shirt. I already have a Friday Night Tight shirt. I support these people because I believe in what they do. Yeah, Dad, I know. Go Dodgers. Yeah, blah, blah, blah. Sports, baseball. I can't. I don't know if I can do it this week. I want my dad to be happy and his team to win, but I don't know if I can watch that series. Not all of it. I'll check in. I'm heartbroken over what the Mets did. So anyway, before I keep rambling on, I want to thank JT Gunn for coming in, Mike D for coming in, whoever else. Again, I want to shout out Abomination, AJ. I want to shout out all the people that I love. Thanks for supporting. As always, please like. I'm going to put it right here. Like, subscribe, and share. Do not watch Velma, the woke, gay, lesbian, South Asian Scooby-Doo without Scooby-Doo. Support House of the Dragon. Go to JT Gunn on YouTube and go to After the Weekend channel on YouTube. Support those guys, man. Really important. They're getting close to 200 subscribers. I want to push them over. The whole idea is to get monetized someday so we don't have to work as hard. We're trying to do that. I think that's pretty much it, guys. I had a great time with you. It was a quick hour show. I love you all. I'm trying to find my outro. I can't find my outro. I got it. Thank you. Love you. And I will see you again Friday at 7:05 p.m. Mountain Standard Time with Mrs. CannoliSasquatch and Whiskey Banger talking about the scariest killers ever. Oh, by the way, go Mario. Talk to you soon.